This is Kathleen, and I'm excited to be here today to start the next style in our StyleWise Junk Journaling series. This is going to be Eclectic Style, and you'll remember that we did Shabby Chic first, and so those videos are living in the StyleWise playlist on my channel, and you can refer to those anytime. So this time, we're going to talk about eclectic. And as a style, eclectic cannot be prescriptive. So I don't have a way to teach you how to be eclectic. I think the essence of an eclectic style is the deliberate combination of the things that you love, and only you know that. So it's the items that make you happy, it's the colors that you're drawn to, it's the elements that kind of express your personality. We've all known people who were eclectic in style. These are the folks who kind of never did learn the rules for dressing. They would wear a floral blouse with striped pants and add a bow tie and a studded belt. Yeah, we can recognize them. There's no rules and they just wanted to make themselves happy. That's what eclectic style is. And it isn't prescriptive, as I said. I can't teach you what you like. You have to kind of discover that for yourself. So Wikipedia describes eclecticism in art as the combination in a single work of a variety of influences, mainly of elements from different historical styles in architecture, painting, and the graphic and decorative arts. Let's look at our style sheet for eclectic style. You can see how easy it is. It's just open to your own choices. Yeah, but characteristically, the dominant colors are your choice. But you might want to include some neutrals for balance. Eclectic can be very colorful or it can be very neutral. It just depends on how you want to go and the colors that you want to use. But if you have a lot of bright colors, you just might want to consider using some neutral. Typical motifs, all kinds, but they should be deliberately chosen. And textures, all kinds. But if you can find unexpected or unusual textures, and particularly as they relate to each other and maybe contrast and compare to each other, that would be very interesting in an eclectic journal. And then remember layers. Layers just is really good in all the styles. Layers in a journal is very attractive, and I love using all kinds of layers. Common elements are just whatever you choose, but certainly patterns of all kinds. And these can be mixed in type, color, and scale. So a pattern type would be a plaid or a stripe or a polka dot. Color, obviously, you understand color. Scale is whether it's large or small. And when you mix patterns, it's nice to take a large pattern and mix it with a small pattern. I do have some thoughts about eclectic. The word eclectic comes from the Greek term eklektikos. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it means to be selective. So there's only one rule in my mind about an eclectic journal, and that's that it would show some evidence of deliberate action. So be selective in your choices. Value the characteristics or features in the elements and the items you choose, and be deliberate in the way that you use these choices. So that's a pretty easy worksheet this time. So at its core, an eclectic style is beautifully random and completely open to your own choices. There's only one word to remember having to do with eclectic style, only one rule, so to speak, and that rule is deliberate. If eclectic means selective, then the person who adopts an eclectic style would be deliberate in their choices. They would value the characteristics and features of the items that they choose and be selective and deliberate in the way they use those items in their journal. While eclectic might seem random, it's really the opposite of random. Anyone can take a mix of items and put them together in a mishmash and call it a junk journal, because it is junk, right? But actually, an eclectic artist would deliberately choose items and mix and match them. So there's a difference between a mishmash and mix and match, and the word is deliberate. Okay, let's look at the style board for eclectic, and I'll kind of show you why I've chosen these things. I really liked this map paper, and so I've just used this map on the back. I like the colors of the map, the light kind of greenish blue, and so that's kind of the foundation that I'm thinking of in my mind. And then I just went through my box. All of us have a box, right? Or a folder or a drawer or something with just all of the things that don't seem to fit in any other category. Things like this, yeah, or this flashcard. Yeah, so I just pulled out a bunch of those and started going through them and choosing the things that I really liked. And I'm attracted to this. It's certainly not anything that I would usually use in a junk journal, but I kind of liked those colors together. And this is darling as well. And it had this color and it had the blue color. And then I found these stamps of apples, and that color kind of went with those colors. And pretty soon I had a pattern going on. And so then I began looking specifically for things that would match these things and also blend, you know, into the map. And a friend of mine gave me this catalog recently, and I just kind of liked those colors together. It's interesting, you know, this sea turtle, that's kind of cool. And I love this kind of greenish blue color and the gold. And so I decided to catch one of those stamps and then just started kind of matching these colors. So my dominant color, in case you can't tell, is this orangey gold. And so I have tried to look for these colors. And then obviously this map color, which is repeated here in this color. There's a label that I found. This is interesting texture of this slide. I have this pretty gold lace, and this is also pretty down here with this green, kind of green here and there, and kind of a coral orange and navy browns. Yeah, I found some texture. So that's just kind of the way I put that together. I've got this gold in kind of a triangle, 2 or 3 different triangles going on. So that's the way I composed it. And just funny things, you know, just interesting things. Eclectic is all about interesting and what you love to look at and what expresses who you are and what you like to do. So there's the style board. Now let me show you the papers that I have chosen for this journal, and then we'll take a quick look at some of the other little bits and pieces, and then I'll go away and sew the journal and be back. So again, this was kind of the foundation for my choices, and then this kind of vintage looking map. And that kind of gives me this global feeling, this kind of travel or global kind of feeling that I wanted. And then as I, you know, was going through, this is also some handmade paper that that kind of matches as well and blends. And then I found this sitting on my desk from when I did my needlework journal for Graphics Fairy. So that's just extra, and I wanted to include that. So then that gives me some pink going on. And so then I've got green and some pink and the blue sky, which matches. I found this piece of wallpaper border in my stash. This is a piece of a gel print from my friend Juju, Mama Juju, crafted on the back 40. And I have, naturally I want to include some papers that are neutral. This was out of a book, but it has all the right colors, and that's not exact, but it will blend and match with the others. And then I deliberately wanted to start just blending all of these colors. This is really bright, but look how it looks next to this and this. So even though that's bright, it looks good. I'm happy with it. These are also interesting here. This is another little hint at maybe travel. All the right colors in there. And then I found this is textured, and it has some shiny bits in it, so that's going to be fun. So those are my papers, and then I have some book pages, some other kinds of things I want to bind in this paper bag, and some lined paper and just some neutral, and that will kind of help give some balance and a place for your eye to sort of rest from all of the color and chaos. Yeah, okay. And then I have a number of these things. Again, I'm kind of looking for colors and texture. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if I can find a place, but here's that gold. Let's put this over here. Here's that gold color in these two envelopes. I found some paint chips, and these are my choices for the cover. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to use, but probably one of these three. And then I just have, I've just gone through looking for interesting things that, again, some foreign stamps, and yeah, just stuff that I thought might be interesting. There's some fabric, and these things are more, intended for when I get to the pockets, the elements, and the ephemera. So, yeah. Okay, so let me take all of this. I'll decide on the cover and make the cover. I'll sort the signatures out, and then I'll be back and show you the basic journal. I'll see you in a minute. Hello, I'm back with the naked journal. The cover's done. I just used, this is an old greeting card that came from Dollar Tree originally, because I've seen it there, and I just put this a digital of this beautiful robin and her egg, and I'm not sure where it came from. It was in my swap drawer, so I am grateful for whoever sent it to me, but I'm not sure where to find it. But it is cute, and it goes really well with this pretty card. So I've just made this panel, and this is the way the cover looks, open. And I have the button on, but I haven't done the beads yet, so that's still ahead. So let me just flip through here, and you can see how I've put the papers together. This is that pretty handmade paper here at the beginning. I've matched the color of the fabric, the reinforced spine, and so made some layers. That's what I like to do, is make some layers. This is a little vintage playing card, so I just have another one here to fit in with it. Some tea-dyed wrapping paper. I did some sanding on this catalog page. We'll put some ribbon in there, probably. There's some onion skin paper, or tracing paper. Some book page. I'm thinking about putting this as a wraparound pocket here, but I don't know. Some vintage book page. Here's that paper sack, and I thought the colors matched that really well. So I'm pleased about that. This is that pretty jelly print from Juju. I really like the text, the font on here, and the italics. Some pretty green paper. Here is that digital print, and I've used that bright pencil paper and put something in there. This is the center of the signature, and I have made this a top envelope, and I will either put some ribbon through here or maybe do some crocheting. We'll see. There's that book page, and I made this little sticker embellishment on the bottom of this. Is a writing page. The back of that digital print is just some kind of grungy coffee dyed paper. And now we just go the other way. I haven't opened this yet. I don't know whether I'll put it at the top or on the side. We'll see. The back. Then I'll put the eyelets in for the elastic. Yep. Okay, there we go. So that's the journal. And then I just have these things in here, fun things, ideas maybe that I started. This paper matches this page really well. So there's just stuff that I have in here. Hopefully use this at some point. Some fabric clips. This is going to be kind of cool. This is kind of pretty. It's flocked, so texture. Yeah. Okay. So the next step is to start to decorate. I do want to do a video about mixing patterns. there are some tips that I've learned that I'd like to share with you. So I think I'll do that video next, and then maybe a couple of videos about elements that we can put in here. Thanks for spending your time with me today. I hope this series is helpful to you, and we'll be back with the next project.